It's why it's like parents are worried and whether are ready, parents are ready, children ready, and the lack of the society and in terms of all my parents, are they actually really want to make complaints? For example, some is there's one mother who shared with me. Example, like you can call like three parents. One of them can actually teach English, and if you are really good in Mandarin, go for it. So you can actually form on that. But it's quite a challenges for those who are parents, working couples. Okay, and so like are the parents as the role models. Okay, and homeschool is a real future assurance because it's totally a new education system, and school is a proven track, and homeschool is not a proven track. And okay, the third one is like no confidence. Children don't have confidence because my sons go to school and the school teachers call my son stupid. Okay, and another fear is like my children have no sense of who he was and who he wanted to become. Because why? There's no consistent serious pursuit. At home, he spends time in watching TV programs, surfing the internet, playing games and basketball longer times. That's all my summary.
Thank you.
Just a comment. Actually, why we want you to do work in groups is for the group to come up with possible solutions. Not look to us for your answer, your solution. Because we are not here permanently. And you need to empower your group. Okay? It's important because to do anything differently, you need support of a group. So don't think you're alone. You're not alone in this. And one more comment about just now, school is a proven record. Yes, I agree. Of failure. Homeschool, no proven record. No, there has been a lot of research and very positive. My husband can give you online. Okay, amazing results.
One question is any failure cases from the homeschooling? They don't know the laws.
I suppose if you compare to failure in schooling, then probably you know the answer lah. We can talk about that. So I would say that there has been researchers and results have been very amazing achievement from homeschooling kids. This one is done in America, of course. They've got the biggest number of homeschoolers. Okay, 2 million.
How about Malaysia?
Malaysia, we can only guess.
Let's reserve the last hour to all these questions. It'll be very exciting. We just deal these questions. Let's deal with our fears. Okay, right? So I think it's interesting points that you brought up. I agree with Wai-Ling. We need to start looking for solutions internally. Sometimes we may have the solution. Sometimes we actually have the solution, but we feel not confident. Right? We always look left, look right. Right? That's human nature. Okay? Right? When we started also, we look left, look right. Okay? But after that, we found nobody. We just run. Right? Okay? So again, the last Q&A, we can deal with all these questions on homeschooling, how we did it. Right? These are dealing with fears is one of the biggest hindrance that we face as homeschoolers, because we almost felt we are alone. And we always started with something like, we are alone, 5 million students, only 2-3 of us are out of the school system, we feel very afraid. and it's one of the things that we need to deal with. Right? But even though you are with school, I think you should also deal with it, because as school-going parents of school-going children, we tend to relax because never mind, it's the school's problem. We take care of it. But I think more and more parents are becoming more aware that they need to have a bigger role in the education system. So that's why we need to do that. We need to look at this fear very carefully. Right? So good, some very good points there. We can summarize it at the end afterwards. Right? Thank you. Next group, which group want to come up first? I know no names, no numbers, so go ahead, Dora. Thank you.
I think our group, the discussion went on very well. We have solutions, and I think the solution is the support. The support.
What is the fear?
The fear is like fear of death. If I die, then my children how? Fear of not enough quality time for the children. Like very busy, cannot come up with the time. Don't know whether the time is a quality time or not. And fear of the distribution of love, is it equal or not? And fear of if my children become useless, and all these fears, like, it's quite common among mothers. I think we all share the same fears, and we are able to share our internal struggle towards all this. So the solution we come up is as we listen, we actually have solution inside, and we actually have support among the mothers. Like they're able to give their affirmations, and they're able to give some suggestions, some ideas, like like you have to be present, you have to live in the present, you have to even housewives have such a long time with their children. They also struggle with quality time. So quality time is something that you have to make effort to really plan the quality time. Sometimes working mothers, they have more quality time because the time is so limited, so they really treasure the time. And whereas housewife, right, we have so much time, like, okay, tomorrow lah, we take for granted, I'm busy do housework. And then we take it for granted, and we don't really have quality time for our children. So it's really, a matter of how you see it and how you come up of it. And then as for like death, all these like unpredictable things that not in our control, we're able to really like talk about it, and know that it is not in our control. And how do we deal with ourselves first? How do we look at it? How do we look at death? How do you look at life? And also we talk about computer. Computer, like we fear that the children will be so attached to the computer. We fear that the computer will take away the family time. Like every time iPad, everybody dinner time, everyone iPad. And not really have time for the family. The technology take away the time for the family. So that we also address that. We talk about children need to be in touch with nature more. Like to be in the nature. Through the nature, we also learn about life and death. Life and death is so natural in the nature. It's like a natural cycle. So as the children in the nature, they are able to be more in touch with themselves. And so as for the technology things, we cannot totally don't want technology. It's something that is a tool rather than something that we can become addicted to.
So a lot of this is actually about life, not homeschooling, right? So actually, it's we are dealing with how we confront this kind of issues in our daily life. and as they say, by talking about it with the right company, with the right people, solution is in your eyes, ahead, in front of you, whether you want to take it or not. Right? So just now I was talking with the mother, and then suddenly she said the solution, and just smile. See, when you come up with your own solution, that's the best. Okay.
You know, an interesting thought just came to me, right? I mean, this is the second time we have been here, and I think we are enjoying ourselves in the sense that I think we're getting very good response, receptiveness of this, of the ideas that we have. This is a side note, if I want to take note of it. Okay, you can form, you know, with the little house, little tree and peanut education group. You can sorry, you translate English doesn't sound very nice, but Chinese is very nice. Okay, you know, form a little group, form a parent. Well, the word that comes to my mind is parent empowerment group for education, right? That really looks at supporting one another in your child's education, be it at school or be it at home, right? So sometimes being alone is a bit tough. You can come together, meet once a week, twice a week, share, and come up with solutions. You know, you're building a platform for community educational empowerment, right? Regardless of whether homeschool or not, I think that is very important. Everyone looks at what's PTA doing, what is the school doing, and you know, but individually there are parents all over the place very concerned. Now, if we are all here together, just come together. 5 people, 6 people, bring some kueh every week. We chit chat, talk. This is the problem. Now this is the solution. This is what I did. Just getting together, you know, informally talking, sharing is very powerful. So maybe you'd like to pick this up as an activity after we leave, and we come back later. We can, you know, we can chat with you. If you have an active group, we can always continue the chit chat online, or we can come up more often and, you know, as a group, so we can connect with one another. Right? So this is a suggestion that come by.
And now we have to wait for another year for us to come up.
Right? So take it on, continue, focus on the issues, focus on solutions, focus on the values. When you overcome fear, you start to look at core values already. Okay? Right, not to comment so much yet. Okay, let's have the next group. Yes.
Round of applause then.
Sim here. Okay, actually, I just tried to summarize what we discussed just now. So actually, what they have said, I wouldn't hear. So the fear, I think, for most of us who show up today, right, is the unknown territory of homeschooling. The fear of not knowing, I think most, maybe some of the parents that are here today, so what is homeschooling? So I think that very word of homeschooling, right, is fear to them. Yeah, I think very much. So not knowing that, and they will have the conflicts of view, conflicts of whether to listen to the mom or listen to the dad. Yeah, this is more happening. Or you have to listen to your children. So this is conflicts. So my friend just brought up whether there's been well, we are talking about the successful stories. So how about the failures? So I think like engineers, and they seek some data, is asking for the data. Okay, so I think the way we brought up, right, like this is a conflict of parents' view. Maybe they are being brought up by the traditional way of schooling. Yes, their own story, so they don't know what to expect from homeschooling. So this is basically fear. So another thing is very, I think, come to the dollar and cents. So the matter of financial support. So whether the mom or the dad or both the parent have to be, well, out of the traditional way of earning money, and to stay in the homeschooling. So I think this is much of the view we discussed. So the possible solutions. So we are very lucky that we have two parents has been doing the homeschooling. So I have to thank my friend from Glen, for giving us some information. So the support group, I think the support group is very important. So I signed up for last year's seminar and a workshop, but I didn't run. So the support group, I am very support of that. So I think the social support group is a must. It's a need. This is a network. So I think okay, it's pretty much the same because networking of the parents, they share the information, they share the views, share the experiences. Like you has been here last year, so we are glad. I'm glad that I'm here today because otherwise, we won't be having this sort of discussion. So I think another thing is that the main point is that I think the gist of it is the family ties that has been built during the homeschooling. So I think the focus is more on the involvement. So I think pretty much that I think.
I have a point here.
One of the fear that brought it out here is we make the choice for the children because they didn't make the choice, we make for them. So the fear is that are we making a wrong choice for them, for the right choice? So are they going to blame us that we make a choice for them?
This is not a question of homeschooling, okay? If you fear that homeschooling, don't use it. This is a question of life, how you deal with life, how you deal with things. I want to ask you a question. You're married, right? So when you get into a marriage, can you say, I will only marry you if you guarantee that our marriage will work? A success story, give me a success story, make sure that it will work, then only 100% it will work, there's no problem. You'll be happy. Then I'll marry you. Do you do that? No, isn't it? You feel like you want to get married, you get married, and then you work through your marriage, you work through the problems. Problem will not go away one. You solve one problem, then another problem come up. This is life. Life is without problems. So we are thinking, wow, homeschooling, a lot of problem, you know. Blah, blah, blah. But it's okay, chuck away, throw away that term. That's why you notice we don't mention homeschooling so much. But you are the one keep saying homeschooling. Right now? Because we see homeschooling as life, it's living, we're living it. Okay, it is your life. So, problem come up, what we need to learn is how to solve the problem. How to see the problem in perspective. And then, that's why we teach you communication skills. You talk to your wife, you talk to your husband. Talk, discuss, not argue. You see? So, that is, you ask me, oh, okay, I'll only consider it if guarantee it will success. So you ask for success stories and failure rate. Very hard to answer. But I can tell you, if it's failure, it's not because of homeschooling, it's because of parenting, failure in parenting and failure in relationship. Okay? That is the failure. So we must address these issues. Understand?
Yes, I'll answer the question. I was thinking of going a bit further. Yeah, would you marry me if you guarantee our children will be happy? We are emphasizing, is it fear? We are emphasizing mindset change. We are emphasizing the way we look at things differently. We assume that schools have been around for 10 million years. schools came around as we know today only in the late 18th century. Early 18th century, 19th century, and it boomed from the result of the Industrial Revolution. The purpose was to have workers educated to go into the factories so that production continued to be sustained. That's why the early schools are shaped and designed by factories. Right? These are not my words. Please read up the encyclopedia and everything. Right? So again, we assume that our schools started millions of years ago has been a proven thing. It has been a part of evolution and education. Before schools, in Asian countries, education is undertaken by, it depends on the countries, undertaken by the churches, undertaken by the temples, where there's an element of spirituality, the groups are small, there's a community element to that. And there are a lot of things before that. Once you understand history of education, you will start to appreciate education from a very different perspective. Right? So look at the big picture. Look at the very big picture. Right? Okay. So let me talk a bit more after this. To be fair, let's have the last group come out and complete the discussion first. Okay, who is speaking for the? Let's do it.
我讲华语哈。然后我们组的第一个呢，他是说他的小孩是在5岁以下嘛，然后这些小孩是在开放式的幼儿园上课，然后等到他上小学的时候呢，他就会碰到很多功课的小学，然后被老师压，然后接下来呢就上到中学的时候呢，可能学校的功课少了，开始松掉了，然后可能孩子就开始没有听话啊或者什么，然后他就有担心，然后就说不知道现在所选择的做决定的，好像幼儿园啊，或者是我要给他的教育方式啊，是否能保证他的未来啊？跟昨天、今天都有很多这样的问题，然后就有家长回应说，那你就要看你是想要培养怎么样的小孩，你是希望他的人格，还是希望他的另外一个讲不出来那是什么的东西？好，那所以就有一个家长就回应，我很希望2个都有啊，人格也好，成绩也好。好，可是我也很矛盾啊，对吗？去学校会这样，去小学会这样，去中学会这样，我很害怕我现在所做的决定能不能还是一样保证他的未来。好，然后接下来就有一个我就讲说，其实我比较担心我自己。我比较担心我自己，因为我们是经过很多的沉默后我才讲这句话。因为怎么讲呢？OK， 我比较担心我自己，因为我很难保证。我讲比较远那边，那个时候我们就谈到说，其实像10年前我刚要出来做老师。那我们的教育，我们的老师那一年，我记得那一年老师常常有在谈全球化，谈孩子未来将面对的问题，然后我忘记那个问题是什么。但是资讯爆炸的时代，孩子将会面对不同的问题，要抛开书本，要什么？那时候我们就想，孩子会碰到那一种问题，噔，10年了，现在那个问题已经过去了。那个问题已经过去了，所以孩子会碰到什么问题，我们不知道。For the future， 我们不知道孩子会碰到什么问题，到底我们要担心什么？这是我的问题。那我比较担心的是，我自己能不能跟得上时代？20年后，我会不会站在马路上，看着那个高科技发展的马路路牌交通工具，我不会使用。我想
自动驾的车
是可能是全部自动驾的，然后我这个老太太就站在那边。那个车我要上这辆车吗？一坐下去，可能我就飞到月球了。我又要花3天才能回来。现在我们可能会看到很多老先生、老太太在马路中间这样子，可能在过去那个我们讲槟城那个大河流那个叫什么？头条路那边骑脚车，可 可是现在那边已经变成很多高楼大厦，很多老人家去到那里，像我爸爸从刚崩下来的，就不知道到底要走哪一条路。其实我比较担心我自己会不见。如果当然我也有很多朋友的妈妈60几岁还可以开车，这种妈妈常常能 cope with 他们的小孩的成长。但是有些就真的有一点距离，所以我比较担心的是这个。然后，所以呢，就有一个未婚，应该是未婚啊，没有小孩的，女孩子，她就说：“请问妈妈们，你们真的不担心吗？你能放心吗？你放得下吗？你不担心你的孩子吗？”然后后来我们在讨论几次后，我就问回她咯：“你的妈妈有担心你吗？”她说很幸运，她的妈妈没有担心她，所以她叫我们不用担心小孩。然后就还有另外一个朋友，他也说，他也是比较担心他自己的个人的人格的培养，他也是比较担心他自己，就是说as a 成人，他也是担心说自己是不够好去陪我们的小孩，去教育小孩这样子。然后再来就是有一个家长说他有担心，他担心他的小孩，他不担心他的小孩不能。就是成绩不好还是什么，他只是担心小孩不够乐观、不够独立，可能就是不能去适应未来的生活。然后有一个家长说，这是一个很好的问题，就是我们在讨论，他说他很担心说他要走这样的一个方向，这一条路呢，可能跟他过去他父母在教育他在成长的过程走的那条路是完全不一样的，因为他走过去的那条路，他觉得说。这真的是一条很不舒服的路，到外国也不能生存的路，其实也是不符合时代的路。他想换另外一条，可是他担心他不能够 handle， 他担心自己有没有足够的能力，去走这条路，这条真的是全家人都不熟悉的路。然后，他很不安，他很担心，他最怕的是他不知道他自己的问题在哪里。然后我们也有在这边稍微讨论到，因为这个样的问题呢，其实像都比较属于是说，可能另外一半还没有办法跟我们一起讨论，所以我们才会担心说，我自己一个人这样走，会不会碰到问题？然后呢，就有一个很棒的爸爸说，对，总是要有一个家庭，总是要有一个 leader， 然后你要去带那个，也许是你，也许是父亲。也许是母亲，就要一个先站出来，然后带着走。然后，当然我们知道说一个家庭是需要一个 leader， 可是怎么说呢？就是要走这样的路，我们都知道是2个人一起谈比较好。如果另外一半这是我自己讲的，就是说另外一半还没有准备好，也许就是慢慢走，不急着走，边走边看。因为我觉得很多问题是就是不管你做什么事情，他的问题都会一直来，你就是一直 solve 那个问题，不是说你今天做 homeschooling， 然后你就会碰到一个什么问题，他没有的，他就是很多小小的问题累积成你的生活，生活，然后最后就是，其实重点在我们不敢承担风险，对吗？就是不敢承担责任，因为今天如果我做了这个家庭的 leader。就是不是说家庭的利益，而是说我们决定了走这样路，我们另一半也许要跟着你走。可是，当你有时候夜深人静，你想，这条路对啊，你要去承担一些所谓的责任，所以要勇敢，对吗？要勇敢。好，我们的报告大概是这样。
Okay, so we don't want to comment. A problem or solution. Okay. Right. So, thank you very much for taking the time to discuss. I think this is very, very interesting. Right. So, again, here, communication is about communicating.